Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video today, we are going to be looking at the meta OP formations on FIFA 23 right now. So, FIFA has adapted over the years. Every year, there are going to be certain formations which are always very solid. With that, we're talking about the 4-2-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2s. There's not a FIFA where they're not going to be at least somewhat meta. But every year, there is always going to be a few surprise formations that catch us out. And this year is no different to any other. If anything, some of the ones that have been OP this year, especially in the last few months that have come to light, have been pretty crazy. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through all the meta OP formations and say what the strengths are, what the weaknesses might be, and which ones you might want to use. This is the team I'm using right now. What are your guys' teams looking like right now? And let me know in the comments as well what formation you are using going into team of the season, which will be starting this week coming up, I think. So, we'll look here at formations. So, we'll start at the top. I'm going to just go through them all and basically say whether or not I think they're good. What I will say is, more than ever on FIFA, I think every formation to some extent can be usable, but some are just going to be a little bit better than others. Formations, for the most part, are about getting your players in the right position and being able to either defend with numbers or, in attack, overload the opposition. And a key part of that's instructions. So, an example of a formation that I think is really good this year, that on previous years I didn't like as much, is the 4-3-3. On the fifth variation in particular. On previous FIFAs, the wingers just didn't cut inside at all. They sat too wide and it hurt the formation. But now that they're a lot better and you can use the instructions to make your centre mids overload the opposition, it's really good. So formations in combination with instructions, that's where this where they can be meta, where they can be OP. And like I say, I think every formation can be made somewhat decent. There's just some that are going to be a bit easier to use and a bit better than others, if that makes sense. So the 4-5-1, not one I'd like that much. 4-1-4-1, probably a decent defensive one, but I think there's better. 4-2-3-1, definitely one of the solid meta formations. I don't like it as much as some other formations. I think that defensively, keeping the ball is pretty good. I think it's always going to be pretty good for that. I think formations that don't have two strikers are a little bit limited. There is a bit of an exception to that, which we'll get to later in the video. But I think as a start formation, one that's going to help a new player out, I think this formation is pretty good. If you want a very balanced one that's going to keep the ball, be fundamentally solid defensively, I think this is a good one. Second variation of it, just a bit better defensively. 4-5-1, probably a little bit limited. 4-4-1-1. I think this is very similar to the 4-4-2, but I'd use the 4-4-2. I think the 4-4-2, both variations are pretty good. I prefer the one with centre mids on FIFA 23. I think they do a little bit more on the CDMs. There was a previous FIFA where CDMs defended so much better than centre mids, you pretty much had to use the second variation. But I don't think there's a huge difference on that now. But I think centre mids just offer a little bit more going forward. So I would say the 4-4-2 is pretty good. It is similar somewhat to the 4-2-3-1. It's not quite as good at keeping the ball because it doesn't have a five-man midfield, but the two strikers are a lot better for the build-up play. The narrow diamond, I really don't think it's been that good for a few years. Of course, it is always going to be good going forward, and you're going to be able to overload people with it. But defensively, it's just not as good, so it's not one of the formations I like. I think this one leaves a little bit too much in the middle. 4-2-2 is a very good hybrid between the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-4-2. Definitely one of my favourite formations this year. First few months of the year, it was probably the one I used the most. It's very, very solid and covers pretty much every area very well. Not really a major weakness to this. 4-3-1-2 is very similar to the narrow diamond. So again, a lot of the issues with this I would have with that. I've never used the 4-1-3-2. It seems a bit of a weird one. I'm sure, like I say, with a lot of formations, you could make it work. But I don't think it's that meta. 4-3-3 fifth, one of my favourites I've used this year. So the way I play this formation, I have the wingers cutting inside. I have the two centre mids. You can even play like strikers in it. I have them bombing forward, and when they bomb forward, you have 5 attackers, and I have the fullbacks on balanced, so they offer some width out wide because you do need the width. And this formation, attacking wise, is insane. 3 midfielders when you're defending is pretty good. It's also just very, very good at keeping the ball, so a very good formation. Quite fun, honestly. I think the other 4-3-3s definitely could have some strength as well. I just think that was the best variation of them all. 4-3-2-1. Now, if you've not used this or not seen people using it, you clearly haven't been playing FIFA 23 or paying much attention. Crazy formation. Absolutely crazy. One of the reasons it's so good this year, and this is something that defines the meta, defines what makes formations good, obviously, is how the game plays, and the through balls and pace on this game are very good. I don't think pace is OP in the sense of you just pick up the ball and just sprint past people, but through balls are very good, and if players get ahead, it's very hard to catch them. So having a formation with 3 strikers where you can get in behind, use the through balls to advantage, that's very good on this game. This formation excels in it because essentially the left and right forward play like strikers, so you have 3 men bombing forward constantly. And the way people have set it up defensively is it defends like a 4-4-2. In previous FIFAs, the through balls weren't quite as good and it was not as easy to change how formations defend, but this formation definitely one of the top ones this year. One of the things that's been quite weird about this FIFA is that the way formations attack and defend does seem to change quite a bit based on the instructions, whereas previous ones it didn't seem to matter too much. 4-2-4, I think it's just a bit too attacking, maybe could be a good all-out one. The 5-4-1, now I'm going to be testing this on stream later today. 5-4-1 seems like a very ratty formation. I think it's new this FIFA. It's been taking the pro scene by storm. It's very similar to the 3-4-2 one, which I posted tactics about last week. It does actually work quite well going forward. The midfield all join in the attack. The wing backs get forward. You actually do get quite a lot of options in this formation, but then it obviously has the natural strengths of being very solid defensively. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. It's a very hard formation for people to play against, very frustrating, and naturally when a formation's like that, it's probably going to be pretty good. I think the other 5 backs are pretty good, but I found they all had a bit of a weakness, whereas apparently this 5-4-1 doesn't suffer the same weaknesses. And then the last one that I really like is the 3-4-2-1. So this is going to be similar to the 5-4-1, just more attacking. You get the 3 strikers that you get in the 4-3-2-1, so it's pretty similar to the 4-3-2-1 again. It's definitely better going forward because you just have so many attacking options. Defensively as well, you put the left mid and right mid on comeback on defense, and it kind of defends like a 5-back. So it's OP, one of the best formations I've used all FIFA. 3-5-2 is pretty good as well. That's got the triangles, the cam, and the 2 strikers. Suffers a little bit defensively at times, but I like this one a lot. But I'd rather play that one where you get 3 strikers. But from the top, the formations that I really recommend: 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, 4-2-2, 4-3-3 fifth, 4-3-2-1, 5-4-1, and 3-4-2-1. My favourite this year has probably been the 4-3-2-1, but the 2 OP in quotations, because OP, different people have different opinions on it. In terms of OP formations that pros really like right now, is the 3-4-2-1 and the 5-4-1. I'm going to be doing tactics on the 5-4-1 tomorrow. Appreciate you guys tuning in, appreciate you watching, appreciate the support on the channel. Obviously, like I say, I just appreciate you guys in general. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.